Are you a food technologist who is tired of hearing every time that food technology is similar to hotel management? Or are you the one who thinks that food technology is somehow similar to hotel management? Well, then stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to share with you the stupidest myth about food technology in India. Hello everyone, this is Arib Irshad and you are watching Foodtech Simplified, where I make easy and simple lectures and tutorials on food science and technology. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Today I'm going to share with you the stupidest myth about food technology in India. But before that, let me share a story with you. The story of my graduation days, the early graduation days. When I just started out my graduation in college, whenever I met my relatives and friends, I had to explain about the major, about the discipline that I was pursuing, that is food processing and technology. And a lot of them, almost all of them, were unaware about this major because this was relatively new in India and food technology was still emerging and developing in India. So I gladly explained about food technology to them. Once I was attending my cousin's engagement ceremony with my family, and my father and me stumbled upon another unaware relative of mine. And he asked my father, that relative asked my father that, "So what's your son doing nowadays?" And my father replied, "He's doing BTech in food technology." "Oh, that's great. That's really awesome. That's a very great branch he's chosen." For a moment right there, I thought that how come this particular relative of all the relatives knows about food technology? And don't worry, my dreams were soon going to be turned into dust. And so they both were conversating, and then my relative continued conversating with my father that, you don't need to worry about that at all. You don't need to worry about your son's future because his future is set. This is a very great branch he's chosen, Irshad Sahab. And you know what? Just whenever he completes his graduation, just let me know. I have multiple contacts in the hotel industry. The hotel industry? Like, really? Yes, he assumed that food technology was somehow similar to the hotel management. And actually, to be honest, I cannot blame it on that relative. Because in India, the food technology branch is still developing and still emerging. But being a food technologist, this is really hard for me to digest the fact that some person or some relative or some friend is comparing food technology with hotel management. So today I'm going to bust this myth about food technology in India, that food technology is somehow similar to hotel management or somehow similar to cooking. We both know, all of us know that food technology and hotel management are related and revolve around food. Although they can seem somehow similar, but these two branches are very different. And today I'm going to share with you, this is my responsibility as a food technologist to spread awareness about food technology. And today I'm going to share with you some major differences between hotel management and food technology. And then I will leave it up to you whether you still compare these two branches or not. So, difference number one. Food technology is the application of food science to deal with the production processes of food. Whereas on the other hand, hotel management includes multiple operations like food and beverage management, like tourism, finance, HR, and so on. Difference number two. In food technology, the primary purpose of the food technologies is to extend the shelf life of a food product and make it safe for consumption of humans. Whereas on the other hand, in hotel management, the primary purpose of a chef in a hotel, in the kitchen of a hotel, is to please the customers or to satisfy the customers. Difference number three. In food technology, a food is produced only after a lot of scientific experimentations and research is done on a particular product, and that experimentations is usually done on a prototype or a sample. Whereas in the case of hotel management, a product is produced not on scientific experimentations, but rather according to the choice of the chef or according to the consumer demand. Difference number 4, and please pay close attention over here, because this difference is the key difference, is the major difference between food technology and hotel management. In food technology, there are a lot of standards that have to be followed if a food technologist wants to produce a product. What does that mean? That simply means that there are a lot of standards that have been set up by the authority, by some regulatory authority, so that the food produced is safe to consume for the humans. These standards could be something like frying the potatoes at a specific temperature, or addition of ingredients in the specified limit, or the control of a bacteria of a particular strain of bacteria up to a certain limit. Now, these are just 3 simple examples of the standards. There are actually a lot of standards present right now. There are probably more than 1,000 standards present right now, and these standards are actually regulated by an authority, and that authority in the case of India is FSSAI, that stands for Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. If you don't believe me about a huge list of standards, you can actually visit www.fssai.gov.in and see for yourself, check for yourself that the huge list they have for standards and regulations for each and every different commodity. And on the other hand, in hotel management, there are also standards and procedures for the operations over there. There are certain procedures to maintain hygiene and sanitation. But if you compare the standards of the hotel management in a kitchen with the standards of a food factory, the amount of the standards that are actually applied in a food factory are much more higher as compared to the standards applied in a hotel industry or in a kitchen of a hotel. And also the quality of these standards, also the strictness level of these standards in a hotel depends on the star rating of the hotel. What I mean by that is there are 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star hotel. You get my point. The 5-star hotels provide you the best quality food, the best quality of everything, because they have some strict standards and rules and regulations. And the strictness of these rules, the quality of these rules start degrading by one level if you drop down from 5-star to 4-star, 4-star to 3-star, and so on. But in the case of food factory or a food industry, if it doesn't matter if the food industry is small or if the food industry is big, both of these industries or all the industries have to follow a specific set of standards to maintain the quality. And that is one major specific difference between food technology and hotel management. One more thing I would like to share, I would like to add on here, that even if you don't consider these differences, even if you don't want to consider these differences, let me ask you one question. How come some celebrity chefs like Gordon Ramsay and Sanjeev Kapoor are called celebrity chefs or chefs and not food technologists? And another thing I would like to add here is that I don't have any kind of rivalry with hotel management, or I don't have any kind of hatred with hotel management. It's just that the food technology is completely different branch as compared to hotel management. And hotel management is also a very exciting branch for anyone who wants to explore the world, interact with different kind of people, and so on. So this was it for today, and I hope you have learned something new today. I believe that I have done my duty to share about food technology with you. Now it is your duty, it is your responsibility to share this video with a lot of people, especially with those who think that food technology is similar to hotel management, or even in the worst case scenario, who think that food technology is similar to cooking. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and give it a dislike if you dislike this video. Share this video as much as possible. Comment down below that if I have missed any kind of difference between food technology and hotel management. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Class dismissed.